Okay, girl. Sorry it took so long to do this, but I'm just now getting to my last 2 squares. I'm making a row so that I can get them added. This is row. Whenever you go to do one, you put your face first onto face first, which with this it wouldn't even matter. But back, front. So you do front to front. Whenever I first started out, I would needle into both sides, but now only do one. Pinhead needle, pin them together. And what I'm going to be doing is a back stitch, the one I told you about. And this needle right here is not a quilting needle. Let me get them out. These little ones right here, that is a quilting needle. And the reason why they have them so small is so that whenever you sew through the material, you don't have these big ass holes. But these are really tiny compared to this. And with my big ass hands, I ain't quilting with this. I got these with some sort of a kit. I don't know which one it was. And I'm going to show you the right way to do the thread. I don't do it that way because I'm extremely hard on my quilts. And I'm afraid that if I do it the right way, then I'm going to end up always sewing them back together because I'm like extremely hard on my blankets. Okay. And I'll also show you the right way to tie it off, which I don't do that either. Okay, so it's double threaded, and then I just tie it off. The proper way is to, and I don't know why they do this, I guess to save thread, pull it up to where it's just one thread. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then tie off the end of the one thread. And always make sure that the piece that's hanging loose, that you don't tie off, that you always have a hold of it. So whenever you're sewing, it's actually only one thread that you're sewing through. But I double it. Okay, now the back stitch. Also, when you have a machine, there's this like a ruler guide on the thing right there. So anytime you're sewing and you're running it through, you have that guide right there to tell you how far over you're going. When you're sewing by hand, you don't have that. So you have to make sure whenever you're doing these squares, whenever we get to the part that I'm going to show you, that it's the same width. because if you don't, like one of these I had to take all apart because it had been a while since I had been quilting on this, and I forgot where I was on my width, and I did it way longer than what it was supposed to be, and it was short. The length was too short for the quilt. Okay, so you come in, and this was probably the wrong color to start this with. Let me turn it over. Okay, for a back stitch, you come in like that, and then go behind, right here, here's your thread, go behind your thread, and then just go back through again. So you'll have a little bump right here where your thread is. Go behind, like, I know it's hard to see in here, I don't have very good lighting. Here's your thing, your thread. Go behind it, then come forward, and whenever you're sewing by hand, the thread will knot up. I don't know if it'll do that right now, but go behind, go behind, and you always pay attention when you have material like this where there's lines or dots or anything like that that are going across. If you're not paying attention, then you'll follow those lines and it won't be straight. What I do is whenever I go behind, I put my needle in the same position. It's where the thread's coming out. And then go right in front of it, right here, to where it's kind of the same line, basically following a line. And I'm always watching the top in this line right here that I've already done to make sure that it's staying straight. And also, if I was doing this turned around the other way, your thread can get caught on this right here. It's a pain in the butt. I don't use the little metal hand thing that you're supposed to put on here on your fingers. I tried. I couldn't sew with it. It's too big. So until your fingers get used to it, your middle finger will hurt real bad from pushing the needle. And whenever I first started out, this finger bled a lot because I was always whacking it. They have things like this too that you can use, and yeah, I don't know. I never used it either. I can never keep them on my finger. And I always pull my material because whenever I come up like this, see the dent right there? That's me pulling it tight. So I always stretch it back out. And of course it did knot up. I don't get 100%. Oh, there goes a knot. Whenever it knots up on me, I just pull it, pull the needle through the knot, pull, and then it's over. Okay, now, alright, back to the thread. I get cotton and polyester because the cotton I noticed on me knotted up really bad. Okay, now, whenever you tie it off, you're supposed to go through like that. Let's see if I can, there we go. And then pull it through there. And whammo, you're done. Just cut it. I have a huge problem with this because there's a loop there, and then your thread's through, and then my brain is telling me, yeah, I can't see how that's going to stay. So I don't do that. But that's what you're supposed to do. I just tie it off. Like that. I don't even bother with the loop. So you got the proper ways and the ways I do it. I'm going to do this last one, and then we'll do loops. Loops. What the hell? Oh, right. For the stitching, that's the front. See all the little dot, 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 dot. On the back, it's all the way through. One straight line. That's why it's called backstitching. Okay. Front, front, back, back. So that way you're sewing front to front, and whenever you open it up, it's fixed the way it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm going to do this, and then whenever I get done, we'll do the putting the rows onto the blanket.